Most solopreneurs have one of two problems. The first one is they do everything manually, no systems, no automation, just her brain and a to-do list that never gets shorter. Working more hours than she ever did at the 9 to 5 and wondering if this is what building a business is supposed to look like. And the second one is who I used to be. She has bought all of the tools, 11 tools, a bunch of them, not using them, a Notion template that was set up in January, no longer uses, a project management software that was initially purchased but not using. And the problem is usually not the tools, it is the absence of a system. Hey, I'm Tanya Harrison. I teach solopreneurs and small business leaders how to build the operational foundation and leadership capacity they need to grow without overwhelm. If that is where you are, make sure you subscribe because we are going to be talking about this on a weekly basis. Now let's get into today's video. Today I am walking you through what I refer to as the Lean Tech Stack. It is the 4-category framework that I teach inside of my program, The Leadership Shift. And what it does is it shows you what your business actually needs covered and the audit that you can do right now to know exactly where you stand before you bring someone into your business. Before I walk you through the categories, I want to give you a reframe that is going to change how you think about every tool in your business. A tech stack is not a collection of apps. It's an operational foundation. And the difference between the two is whether someone else could step into your business and function without you walking them through every single thing. If the answer is no, you do not have a stack, you have subscriptions. And the Lean Tech Stack is not about finding the most sophisticated setup. It is about building the right ones for where you are right now. The 4 categories, there are 4 questions your tools need to answer. When all 4 are covered, your business can run with intention instead of reaction. L is leverages technology. E is elevates you and your client's experience. A is anchors your operations, and N normalizes growth. So let me talk about each one of these. L leverages technology. The L, when we're talking about this, the question here is simple. Are your tools working for you when you're not working? Because leverage means the system moves without you. It means a new client inquiry gets an automatic response if they're doing it at 2 o'clock in the morning. It means your onboarding sequence runs without you manually sending emails. It means the follow-up happens even when you are in a client session. If you are manually doing something that a tool could handle, you are not leveraging technology. You're just basically digitizing chaos. The category this covers is automation and workflows, and the ones that do the in-between work so you don't have to. So ask yourself this week, what are you manually doing every single time? And this could be an opportunity for you to automate. The E is elevates experience for you and your client. And I want to be clear about what this means because it's bigger than most people think when they first hear it. This is not just about how you get paid, although that is extremely important. That is part of it. It is not just about the onboarding process. That's a part of it too. But E covers the complete experience on both sides. What does a potential client feel when they first land on your brand? What happens when they say yes? How do they book, onboard, communication, receive your work, wrap up the engagement? This is the full journey that they feel from their perspective, from their seat. And then you flip it. What does the same journey cost you? Are you depleted after onboarding a new client because nothing is documented and you are recreating the wheel every time? Are you chasing invoices? Are you answering the same questions over and over because there is no resource for your clients to reference? If your client experience is smooth, but you're running on empty, delivering it, that's not elevated. If you feel fine, but your client is confused and chasing you for updates, that's not elevated either. Both sides of the experience have to work. That's what E represents. The categories here include scheduling, client onboarding, communication, delivery, invoicing, and payments, and offboarding. Any tool that touches the client journey of your operational experience of running it. A stands for anchors your operations. This is the category most business owners have not built at all. And it is the one that makes everything fragile. Here's what I mean. You probably know how your business runs. It lives in your head. You know the steps, the order, the exceptions, all of the little nuances. But if someone else needed to step in tomorrow, could they find any of it? The A is where your work lives outside of you. Your tasks are visible, your processes are documented, your workflows are in a place another person can access and follow. If it only exists in your head, it's not a system, it's really a liability. The categories here are, think about your project management software, your processes where they're stored on a shared drive, not just a project board with a couple of cards on it. An actual foundation where the work is organized, is tracked, is documented, a way that does not require you to be a narrator. This is also the category that makes hiring possible. You cannot work with, you can't give work to someone else if it only lives in your head. This is where delegation becomes real. All right. N, which is the last one, N stands for normalizes growth. This one is about whether your tech stack can grow with you. The tool that works perfectly for a one person should be able to expand if you add another person. And a lot of solopreneurs build for the right now, and right now works, but the moment they add one team member or expand their capacity, the whole system starts to crumble. You don't want to start having to build everything from scratch. The great thing about how tools work now is they have different levels, right? So you can start at one level and you can expand to another one, and most of them allow you to add another team member. So think about like your CRM, if you have one, your project management software, those you can easily add a new person and they can step in and navigate it. So if you're using sticky notes and things like that, if you're using that planner to track your tasks, that may not be the best solution. And this is coming from a Franklin Covey advocate. I used to carry one all the time. But what I want you to understand is that while that works for you, when you add somebody, they can't go to my Franklin Covey and see what task is up next and what needs to be done. And when I made the transition a couple of years ago, I'm gonna be honest, it was several years ago, but it was a hard transition, right? But all it takes is for you to have 5 different planners all over the place with tasks all over the place, or you to leave it when you really need it, then for you to realize the value of some of this technology. My project management app is on my phone. So I can add tasks at any time. That is the lean framework. What I want you to do now is just a quick mini audit. We're not going to do a whole lot, but I want you to do a quick lean audit right now. Not later, do it now. I don't want you to walk away saying, oh, that was a great video. I want you to walk away actually getting something out of it and being able to move forward to the next level. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Step 1, I want you to write down every tool or app or platform that you are currently either paying for or using on a regular basis in your business. Don't edit the list. This is a brain dump. It's not no judgment, anything. Just write it down. The second step, and if you need to pause this video, go ahead and do that. The second step is next to each tool, I want you to write the letter it belongs to. So L, if it leverages technology. So this could be like, say you have Zapier, or you use AI to schedule some things. Those would be good for this category. So I want you to put L next to it. Put an E next to the ones that elevate your client experience or your experience. Put an E next to those. Put an A if it anchors your operations, your tasks, your processes, your documentation. And then put it N if it normalizes growth and can scale with you as you add people or add offers. Okay. Some of the tools will cover more than one category, and that is fine. So you would write both letters. After you do that, step 3, I want you to now look at the tools that do not have a letter next to them. If a tool does not fit into any of the 4 categories, I want you to ask yourself, what value does it actually bring to your business? It might be a tool that you love, but you may not need. And it might be something that you signed up for and forgot about it. Either way, if it doesn't fit into the lean framework, it may not belong in your tech stack right now. And then I want you to look at the 4 letters, LEAN, which one have no tools assigned to it. So if you have a blank, like E doesn't have any tools, then we need to focus on the E, right? There is the friction. There is the gap. That's what you need to focus on. And then step 5 is now look at the tools that have 2 letters. So on 4, you're going to look at the one that there's no letter assigned. That's, like I said, that's a gap that you want to go back and look at. And then step 5 is to look at the tools that have 2 or more letters next to them. Are you actually using both capabilities or just one, right? Because some of these tools have expanded to now they are covering more than one thing. And if you are paying for a tool that does, say, 3 things and you're only using it for one, you either have an untapped resource or a tool that you are outgrowing, right? So if you have a lot of overlap, is there an opportunity to take more advantage of one tool, or is this an opportunity to get rid of a tool maybe you're paying for and you got too many tools? I'll give you an example. For me, I've had Screencast-O-Matic. Oh, they changed it to ScreenPal. But anyway, I used it to record my videos, and I've been using that for several years. And then they have where you can edit videos and all the things. So it's kind of like a Loom. But then I have the script, and then I, and then I have Zoom that does certain things. But with the ScreenPal, there are some specific things that it does that the others does not do. I could create channels where I could give a person an access to a channel, and it has all of the videos that I've created for them on that channel. So there's like other things, other features that I could use that for, which is why I haven't gotten rid of it. And some of the things that I use it for are not covered in a Descript or in a Zoom. So that is the reason that I keep it. So there needs to be a valid reason why you're keeping it. If it's overlap with no value, then we need to get rid of it because you don't need to be paying for it. But that is just an example. The last thing that I want you to do is look at your full list and ask yourself, if someone joined your business tomorrow, could they use these tools without you walking them through every single one? Or at minimum, could they understand what the tools are being used for? Because when you are documenting your processes and you are documenting your workflows, you should be including the different tools so people know, hey, I go here for this, I go here for that. If the answer is no, then that may be another gap, right? What you just did here is a simplified version of the Lean Tech audit that we run inside of the Leadership Shift, and I believe it's Module 4. And what most founders find when they do this is not that they need more tools. They find that they either have the wrong tools or tools they're underusing, or there's no operational foundation for their tools to sit on. If you watch this and you realize that your tech stack is not lean, or you have tools but not a system, it's not a failure, right? It's just clarity, and clarity is the first step. And it may be an opportunity for you to join me in the Leadership Shift, which is a 6-module program that walks you through building exactly this: your operational foundation, your processes, your tech, your readiness to bring someone else in your business. If this is something that could possibly interest you, I want you to start with the Leadership Shift assessment. It's a free assessment. It's 12 questions, and it'll tell you exactly where you are. And then it'll give you some next steps that you could take in order to gain momentum and keep moving in the right direction. Whether you are ready for your first hire or your next hire, and what needs to happen between here and there, you need to start building your operational foundation and your leadership capacity. I'm going to drop the link to the assessment, and I will see you in the next video. Talk to you soon.